Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl. I'm so glad that you've decided to join me today. It's this one. There we go. So this is your angel reading for July 19 through 25 and of 2021. And this is a general reading, so some parts of it may not resonate with you. That's totally fine. Just take what does and leave the rest for somebody else. So as always, this is your guardian angels talking to my guardian angels, and they give me your messages to give to you. So these are things that, maybe they've been trying to get your attention for a while now, and you've either been unable to listen or you're not sure you're getting the right answer, or, however that goes. So this is where I come in and that I can relay the messages for you. I don't create them. I receive them and I pass them on. They don't come from me. They come through me. Yes. So I hope that I can, do a good job of just relaying everything for you. And let me know in the comments. See, what parts resonated, and let me know if I'm holding up my end of the bargain here. Okay, so one more card here, angels. See, what does our beautiful Pisces need to know for this week? Okay, just one more. So sometimes when they're giving me the messages, sometimes it is in the form of feelings. They'll just give me this overwhelming feeling of whatever it is they're trying to portray. And then I have to change it into words, and sometimes I'm given it in pictures and same thing, then I have to change it into words. So I do my best, but sometimes it takes me a minute, right? So it's all good. So let's just see. Well, this looks pretty good. So here, some of you are very aware at this moment of the generational experiences that your ancestors had and leading up to you. So many of you are aware of how things that your ancestors experienced and went through, it continues on in the DNA. And so even though you were not alive then, some of this, its memory is within you, right? Even though you're not very aware of it. And it feels very much like many of you are now healing those things. Don't get me wrong. They are not all things to be healed. The guides, the guardian angels say very specifically that some of this is stuff that is trauma, that's to be healed, whatever. But some of it is the good stuff. It's all the love, it's all the compassion, all the stuff that you absolutely want to keep, so those parts, though, they don't tend to cause you any problems, right? So you may not even be aware that that's where that's coming from, but it's the traumas, the parts that hurt still, that cause the problems, right? And so many of you are more aware of that, and you are healing those things, and you're doing so well, and your angels are so proud. Like, just that feeling they're giving me, the proud mama thing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and well done for you, even when, so they're showing me that some of you feel like it is not well done. You feel like you're really struggling with this. It's okay, because you're doing it. You're doing it. You're exactly doing what you're supposed to. They are wanting you to completely nurture yourself as you're doing this generational healing. Be nice to yourself. Look after yourself. Allow yourself to actually do I think they're saying forgiving. The forgiving. So what is this? It is self-forgiveness, a lot of it, but at the same time, they're pointing out that you're the one who is doing this work. So there's no forgiveness for yourself required. At the same time, if you are feeling like other people, or, in the past, right? Like, so these events have happened to your ancestors, and therefore for you, it's in the past, right? So when you are thinking about that, if you're thinking that there was a group or something like that in the wrong, it's very tempting to think about it from that point of view. And certainly it often, definitely feels and looks and everything that way. But they're saying that the more you can forgive those people, those groups in the past, the easier it will be for you to work through these traumas. So that's doing yourself a favor. It has nothing to do with those groups or those people. It has nothing to do with their behavior. It certainly is not saying that their behavior was fine. There's none of that at all. Forgiveness helps you. And so that forgiveness is part of the nurturing of yourself that they want you to do. Sometimes it's a really hard concept to grasp, but once you do it a little bit, then you get it and you understand and you go, oh, of course, that's how it works, So they want you to be aware of that. Okay, things are and have been unfolding for quite some time. And okay, is this still the same subject? Are we still talking about the generational healing? Yes, but it's also individuals. So in your current life, the way things are going, things have been unfolding for a while now, and it's just about finished unfolding, is what they're saying. It's just about here. So whatever it is you've been manifesting, this changes in your life in some way, or new perspective, or feeling good, or all those things, health, those things, it's unfolding. It's been gathering momentum, and now it's just about ready to blossom, is how it feels and how they're showing me. Okay, that's totally appropriate, that word, lotus flower, just about ready to blossom. Yeah. Okay. So get, be assured that everything is happening in the perfect timing. You can't rush this, and you don't want to, because if you did, then some parts would not quite be ripe, and it really wouldn't work very well. So it's okay. Have a tiny bit more patience, and then everything will become clear and will come to you completely. So I wasn't even really paying attention, but as we're talking about the generational healing, your own emotional healing is happening right along with it. So not only are you doing the healing for the ancestors, you're doing for yourself. It's pretty hard to separate them, I would figure that would happen right along with it. But here's the proof, here's the actual, indication that your emotional healing is happening. So they're showing me that for some of you, this is not very comfortable. You're not enjoying it. You're wishing that you were not going through this, because healing in any way often doesn't look or feel like healing. It feels crappy some of the time, right? It means you're all in an upheaval. Things they don't feel smooth. They feel bumpy and rocky, and it's hard on you to get through all this stuff. But this is what's called the healing crisis. And the healing crisis is kind of just the last kick of the can. You've been doing all this work and doing all this work and doing all this work, and now finally you're at the end where it's just going blah, and it's releasing everything from your body, from your emotions, from your spirit. It's getting rid of it all. And so that feels really extreme, but really it's the final step. So this is what they're showing me for some of you. So if you're feeling awful and things just don't seem to be falling in place, give it a minute. It'll finish up the healing crisis, and you will be so much better for it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It feels so good to come through the other side of this. It's all worth it. It's all worth it. Yeah. And so, spiritual teacher. So this feels very much like you. The things you've been learning, the things you've been releasing, the ancestral traumas that you've been experiencing and releasing and healing, share that with the people around you, the world. Other people need to understand as well. And so, from your words, from your sharing it, you can't ever quite get the whole deal across, but enough that people will be, it's like, okay, there's a saying by my mentor, John Barnes. He says, kick the pebble that creates the avalanche. So you sharing your experiences is kicking the pebble. And then that triggers in other people their own healing. You're not their healer, you're not causing their healing, but you are triggering a little thing within them that allows them to get started. It's like releasing their floodgates. A person who is holding it together and holding it together and holding it together, and then you say one tiny little thing and boom, they just burst out crying because that was just enough to get things to get started. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing. As you yourself are learning, you may not feel like you're, qualified or whatever to teach. Yes, you are. Every single one of us who has ever experienced anything, you are qualified to teach that, or certainly to share it and allow others to have the learning of it, right? So, which is not quite the same as teaching, right? But with the same or a better effect, right? So this doesn't feel like, it does actually some of the time, can be, an actual classroom setting. So some of you, it feels like you're arranging things maybe through local college or something like that, high school, to teach classes within that setting. And that's beautiful. That's perfect. Others of you, it feels very informal, just as you're having conversation with people. So it's so important to just share what it is you're experiencing and what you're learning. And others will take from that what they can. Yes. Okay, and here we have, it says marriage. Now, for some of you, this may be quite literal. Congratulations if you are getting married or someone in your family is getting married. What a beautiful time. This is amazing. And it's such a joyful time. And the joining of not only two people, but two extended families and all their friends and all that. It's so beautiful. Really, really a collaboration of everything beautiful in the world. And so for some of you, this is not meant literally. This is, a marriage of ideas, two of you coming together, each with your own ideas, and you're getting along great and you decided to join those. Or it's, maybe a business partnership. Perhaps it's a new friend you've just met. It's, it's any kind of, two things coming together. So whatever that means specifically in your life, it's celebrating that. Because that's a great thing, and that really helps both of you. Like you both then get a boost up, right? It's like climbing the ladder, assisting each other as you go. It's really awesome. Congratulations. Okay, so let's grab one more card here from the daily guidance cards. Let's just see. Whoop, there it is. See what the angels want to tell us the last bit. Relationship. Yes. So similar to what we were just saying about with the marriage card, also similar to the ancestral healing as you offer the forgiveness. That is all about relationships and accepting other people and other groups for their things, like they're just where they're at, right? This also is talking about your relationship with yourself. So who are you on the inside? Is that the same person that you show on the outside? Or do you wear cloaks and masks? Showing your own true self, getting to know your own true self is absolutely vital in being able to fully show your own true self to the world around you, right? But it's really important for you to be able to do that, because the more that you can show your true self and be completely authentic. There's times when you're just going to stop talking so that you don't, disrupt stuff and whatever else when you're disagreeing. Other times you're going to actively disagree or you're going to actively agree. But whatever it is needs to be your own authentic self, right? No agreeing when you really don't, or no disagreeing when you really don't, just for the sake of argument, None of that. Be your own true self. Portray your own true self all the time. It's in our human condition. It's something that we don't do easily. It feels very vulnerable. But, so many people these days, it's like the evolution of the world. So many more people are able to get to this point, or at least closer. And it's really, really amazing to see. I absolutely love it. As you get to know yourself, allow yourself to show those pieces of yourself to the world, then it does feel vulnerable, but your angels want you to know that you are always protected. You are always safe, right? Excuse me. Yeah, and especially when you're asking for their assistance, they will put you in your bubble, right? And keep you safe. So this is beautiful. All right. Thank you, Pisces, so much for being here and hearing your reading. And if you will just assist me, and we will send a whole bunch of love out to the whole world. And we'll assist everybody with their own healing, which also assists us with our own healing. This is beautiful. And this is in all directions of time. Haha. Okay. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Pisces. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.